Hey everybody, thanks for coming. Big 10K, Big Stack, how y'all doing? Hey Maria, looks really dark in here today. See if we can remedy that. That better? That's better. Hey Bob, I sent you a message, something in Messenger, Bob. I haven't checked my phone. I don't know if you responded. Hey Sharon, it's amazing what just a little backlighting can do. So those of you who are doing videos, I guess having that light in the back really does make a big difference. I mean, you would think that it should be over here, but it's actually just a little desk lamp. And don't mind me, I got two little rambunctious, stir crazy grandsons in the next room. Hey, Pet Sonics. Wanted to tell you my grandpa finally saw the plant you sent me. He absolutely loved it, and I happened to find more in Walmart. He asked me to buy more to take a plant to my grandma. Oh, that's so sweet. Hey, C23, how's everybody doing? I'm doing okay. I'm doing okay. So it's 7 o'clock. Let's get started. Um, kind of been a lot of activity in the in the fish shrimp pantry. I guess I could call it the shrimp pantry because there's way more shrimp in there than there are fish, but we still gonna stick with the fish pantry. Um, Moved the Pandagara out of the quarantine tank and actually put them in with the hill streams. They are doing good. That was their original intent, so they have been moved. So you'll be seeing a video about that. GRB Aquatics, thanks for coming. Hello, hello. To prop this up. I don't have my other stand. It's broken, so I'm going to have to make do here. Um, as you uh, as you might have seen during my Brian Shrimp Hatchery video, I do have one little um, I can't think of the name of the fish. It's a rainbow fry. Um, and that's why I actually bought the little Brian Shrimp Hatchery because I knew I wasn't going to need a lot. I saw the reviews. It said it wasn't going to yield a lot. I really didn't need a lot, but all things considered, um, it wasn't even nowhere near where I wanted it to be. So what I did is I actually used my own brine shrimp and aquarium salt, and it did way better. So I loved it. Aw. Oh, hey, Melvin. What you so mad? Hey, Melvin. So yeah, and like I said, the brine shrimp hatchery. It is. So what I did is I only put a tiny bit of, not even a teaspoon, not even a gram of brine shrimp and some aquarium salt. I didn't even measure it, but I got way more. the second time I use it. So it's not so much the hatchery itself that yields. It's just that mix doesn't yield a whole lot. So just those of you who are considering using it, I see that Michael's Fish Room did a review on it some time ago as well. So I mean, but all things considered, like I said, I upped it from a 4 to a 4.5, and I did re-release that video because when I did the background music for it, you have to go in and adjust it. And for that part of the video, I didn't. So several people, which I appreciate that, told me they couldn't hear me because I was kind of rushing that day. I had a lot going on. So I re-released it. So if you want to know what all I was saying, I did do a lot of text because I always try to do that for our hearing impaired people. And I think I do set my I can't think of what it's called. Um, I can't think of what it's called, but anyway, I do set that so people who are hearing impaired can actually watch my videos. And even though it's not 100% accurate, it kind of gives them a good idea of what's going on. So anyway, so the brine shrimp hatchery, so I would recommend it if you're looking to do just a small batch as opposed to the great big bottles that everybody uses. I'm not that the breeders use. I don't, or people who have multiple tanks. I don't have that many tanks where I'm using brine shrimp. So for that price and considering I can use my own brine shrimp, I think it's appropriate. It worked. It does work. The little shrimpies, the little babies do go up into the little clear container. So it does what it says it's supposed to do. Why it's marked for educational value, I don't know. I guess I would need to be a science teacher to understand that. But yeah, there you have it. Yeah, so please hit the like button, guys. Thank you. So anyway, we've got 9 here. Thank you so much for coming. So let me see what else. Like I said, lots and lots of shrimp babies. The cherry shrimp that Rose sent me from Rose Aquatics, uh, they are breeding like crazy. There is a population boom. And so, with that said, I'm getting ready. If you watch the end of I think when I did the Nano Light review, you see that I've got some Blue Ball Stratum. I'm going to be setting up a 10-gallon shrimp tank. So, the plan is to take all the Borneo suckers out. They will also be going, and then the 55 will be fully stocked. I will not be adding anything else to it, even though I'm still thinking about moving everything out of the 55 and putting it in the 60, which I have set up. I just need to make sure it's level. I did get my sons to move it into the fish room. So it is in the fish room. That's still in the works. I was just talking to the person that's supposed to do my electrical last night, and he says he's going to get to it, but and so that's the only thing that's really holding me up. I got the room cleaned out. I just need to get the electrical run, but the 60 gallon is in there. So I'm thinking about moving the hill streams into the 60 and then putting the amicas into the 55. The reason why I want to do that is because there's still a lot of scuds in that 55. And if I put even though when I've been thinking about this, I'm very methodical about this. I've been thinking about, hey, Tiffany, hey, All in Tanks, hey, Ozzy and Tiff, how are y'all? As I'm trying to catch the other fish out, I might get some scuds, which they multiply. Jesse called them like roaches. They're roaches. They are like roaches. But the amicas will eat the scuds. And so I can leave them, put them in there, and they will take that scud population down. So that's why I want to add the Borneos to the other tank, but my only problem will be, I mean, not the Borneo, but all the hill streams, Borneos, Panaloches is I'm trying to catch them. I might catch some scuds too and transfer them to the new tank, and then I'll be really pissed off. So we'll see. Heck, I might put the Mikas in there just for a short time, just to eat all the scuds and then put them in the 60. I don't know. That might be a better option, but we'll see. So stay tuned for that. The new shrimp tank, I've got mosses, I've got everything I need. I've got the hardscape. For the new shrimp tank, it's just a matter of getting the Borneo suckers out, putting them in the 55, and getting that tank set up. I've got two small sponge filters that are already seated that I've had in one of my mud guppy tanks. And so that's next. I hope I'm not missing any questions. Yo. Yep. So, oh, and the plant vault. So what I've decided to do with the 60-gallon until I can get everybody moved around is I'm going to turn it into my plant vault. I've got tons and tons of plants that I've been getting, and it's just like it's crazy. I've got them in tubs. I've got them in separate tanks. I got loose plants everywhere, everywhere I can get them. I've got them in critter keepers, and so I just want to get them all in one place. I've got that tank in front of a window, and I did that purposely, which I will eventually black out when the time comes. But initially, it will be my plant vault. So I took a reduction in hours at my job, just 10%, because our university is going through something. And so I will now have half days off on Fridays, and that's going to free me up to do a lot of things. So hopefully that I can go and do my water change and everything on Friday, because I enjoy my weekends, and I usually do my water thing. Hello, David. How are you? Welcome, Panoski. Thanks for coming. Yeah, so I enjoy having my weekends off, and I really need them now. I thought at first, like, oh, weekend's just going to be another day, but just being able to sleep in as opposed to work, because I am still working from home, will be most likely until the end of June or possibly beyond. And so I started working virtually around the 17th, I want to say, of March. So I have been working from home for a good, let's see, March, April, May, June, a good 2.5 months now. And so it has been some adjusting. I do like it. I've been saving money. I don't like the commute. I mean, I appreciate it, but I miss the interaction with my coworkers. I have some great coworkers, and I miss that. So anyway, so the plant vault. So I pretty much talked about everything. Just trying to maintain. Hey, Jesse. Thank you, Jesse. Good to see you too. Thanks for coming. I just mentioned your name. Were your ears burning? So yeah. So anyway, Jesse, I was talking about the brine shrimp hatchery. I had to do another video on that. Um, yeah, but it's been quite the experience, that's for sure. Hey, Larry D, thanks for coming. So anyway, so there's a lot going on in the shrimp pantry, a lot going on in the fish room. New tanks coming in, new projects, and I'm looking forward to them. They're keeping me sane. Um, my fish are my zen. They keep me from, you know, worrying about all sorts of things. So it's a good thing I have the aquarium. I really appreciate it. Um, the aquariums. Jesse, when they stop talking about you, it's a time to be concerned. Oh my God. Yeah. So anyway, so what's it? Yes.
Can I have your tablet?
No. Get the phone. That's a grandchild that wants my tablet. I'm using it. If not, I couldn't see. Hey Chad, welcome. So anyway, so what's everybody else working on? Buying new fish. You know, just chilling, trying to deal with everything and stay sane. Still doing a lot of. I actually watched The Adventures of Tintin last night. Didn't realize Steven Spielberg was involved in that project. I have CBS All Access, that app. I've been watching Disney movies. Yes,
Can I have your tablet, please?
I'm using it.
It's charging?
Yeah,
Can I have it,
no.
please?
Anyway, so yeah, so playing with tubs. Yeah, playing with the tub. Hey Chevy Fish. So yeah, I want to do a tub so bad, but I'm worried about like so my backyard is got a big tree. My husband has this thing about birds, so he feeds birds. So a lot of birds gather. There's bird seed everywhere. So I'm just worried that if I put a tub out there, it's gonna end up with a bunch of bird seed in it. Um, there is a tree because I wanted to do like some mountain minnows or something, but I just don't want to put it under a tree. I don't have a lot of shade. It is full sun, and where there is shade, I don't want to put a tub because it's too far away from the house. I mean, there's trees towards the back of the yard, but I just don't think it would be a good idea. So I'm not gonna because I don't need anything else to stress about. And I know that if a tub's out there, I'll be stressing about and then having to clean it. And so I envy all of you guys that are doing tubs this year. I see everybody getting their tubs and getting them out and putting cool stuff in them, especially my mountain minnows. I mean, from what like Rachel and others, the mountain minnows really breed like crazy. And of course, I have the golden ones, and I love to have more. But then again, my mind might change. But as of today or right now, I'm not going to have any tubs. I don't think doing it. You know what, Bob? I was thinking about that too. Like you know, but I mean, I live in a small condo. It's probably about a little over 1,000 feet. I don't even have anywhere to put it. I mean, if I and plus, my husband has already made a comment about me having the fish pantry. So yeah, I guess I could do one at the other house. I guess. I don't know, Bob. That might be a good idea. I could do one at the. I guess I have room in the fish room for one. I can't wait to get that set up so I can have all my tanks in one place instead of being so spread out. That would be cool. What did Jesse say? Jesse has amazing tubs. Ben's black rams, baddest, and rice fish. Rice fish, that's on my wish list now. They are just so cool. To go back, hey, I sent you a vid about my daughter selling. I know, I saw that. That is so cool. I saw the koi that she did for your birthday. She's very talented. She's very talented. Let me see. Hey, Big Easy. It ain't easy being Big Easy. Yeah, so I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Because, my mind changes. week after week, who knows? That's the truth. Yep. I mean, some days I want to do something, some days I don't. It comes and goes. Yeah, so it is tubbing season. I know Susie Q is doing her pond, and then she's got that big galvanized steel, which I love because it's blingy. So that's really cool. I wouldn't mind having that. I like this size. I like the fact that as opposed to being round, which round is fine, but it's more elongated. I think that's really kind of cool. Definitely a lot of surface area. So I really love what Susie Q. So if you all haven't checked out her video, definitely go check it out because she's got a very cool galvanized steel tub. Yes, she is. She's very talented. So if you don't know who I'm talking to, Big Tank Hank's daughter did a beautiful koi for his birthday, I believe it was. And then she did some more artwork too, and she's doing a great job. She's very talented, young lady. Very talented. So do you think she's gonna go? Is she a So there's people that draw that are not really into art. They just like to draw. And then there's people that draw because they're heavily into art and they go to art school. Is she gonna want to go to art school, Big Tank Hank? Is she planning on going to art school, or is that just something that's just a hobby that she likes to do? And of course, I love to watch Larry D. Larry D. I live vicariously through Larry D. Because he does the hot sauce thing. Now, believe it or not, I come from a family of people that like hot foods, but I don't. I mean, not that I don't like hot foods, I just can't get it past my lips. I eat hot wings, and when I have, she has yet to decide. Okay, okay. Um, but I see people like with these ghost peppers and these names of these hot sauce. I think it's fascinating. I watch it. Lalani, if you watch Lalani's Kitchen, Lalani eats a lot of hot stuff too. Um, I mean, at one point she had this pack of all these different hot sauces. Oh my God, I'm just sitting there like petrified, just thinking, is she gonna make it? She's going to definitely do something great. Definitely, if anyone is interested in purchasing her work for fish rooms or otherwise, DM Big. Oh, okay. I will keep that in mind because I'm going to eventually need some art. I'm hoping to get something from Priscilla and Pam. We have a lot of artists in the fish. I'm going to diversify. Another person is Rack with River Life. He has some artwork. I'd love to have like stuff from a little bit of everybody in my fish room. So I will definitely keep that in mind. Without reason. David said without reason. Oh my God. And let me just say to Ozzy, you are doing an amazing job. And that's all in tanks for you guys who don't know. You are doing an amazing job as a co-host of Rob 93's live streams. Bravo. I love you all's energy. You crack me up. And you're just doing an amazing job. I just want to tell you that. I only have Pam's, Priscilla's, and Sarah's art so far. Oh, is Sarah, is that Blackie's wife's Sarah? Forgot about her. Thanks, Jesse. Yeah, I like to have something from everyone. I love art. Yeah, yeah. So Blackie, so everybody know who Pam is. That's 54 Punchy. Everybody know who Priscilla is. That's Priscilla MK Art. Two extremely, extremely talented. Um, and then of course Big Tank Hank. Now we got another up and coming artist, and then Sarah of Dr. Black, 66. Is artist as well. She does some really interesting pieces. I don't know if I've seen any fish art from her, but she definitely does some really nice. Now, I'm not an art major, so I can't classify it. Like you've got impressionists, you have certain categories of art, but it is very interesting, and she does do a lot of what's the word I want to use? It's not impressionist, but like I was saying, I don't know all of it, but she does some very interesting pieces. So please, when you get the opportunity, I know they've done some auctions and things, but she does some nice stuff. She really does. Yes, good job, Ozzy. Yeah, he's been killing it. I love it. I love the energy you guys have. Yeah, you do. Yes, you do. Definitely. David, I'm not familiar with you. I don't know if I'm even subscribed to you, but you've got quite the personality, quite the sense of humor. Yeah, I'm not a, well, I am an artist, but I like to draw architecture. I wanted to be an architect at one point in my life, and I used to draw like my dream house. And people, so most of the things I draw just consist of straight lines and circles and curves, nothing more than that. But I drew my dream house when I was like 16 years old in my diary, and I still think about it now. I know exactly how it looks in my head, and I always said if I ever hit the lottery, I would give that give that drawing to an architect and have him turn it into some plans or whatever and actually build that house. It's a 1 story house. It's not really lavish, but I've always wanted a veranda on my house, so it would have a veranda. I've always wanted a lanai in the back, which those of you from the South might be familiar with what a lanai is. It's out like an outside room. So it's open on three side on the front, and it's pretty much closed in, but it's almost like a covered porch, but it's more or covered patio, but actually the house covers it's part of the house. When I was younger, I spent time in Miami, Florida with my aunt, and she took me to one of her friends' house, and I was like, "Oh my God, I love this!" And that's how I learned what a lanai was. Oftentimes they're tiled, they're super like it's not just a patio. It's very it's often has certain architectural features to it. But look that one up. But lanais are awesome, so I would love to have a lanai. I have a package to open from Sarah, a little dragon, and another I can't recall. Oh, cool, Bob. Yeah, well, okay, so anybody who's in the architecture, I'm a big Frank Lloyd Wright fan. I don't know if you're familiar with Frank Lloyd Wright. I've always wanted a Frank Lloyd Wright house. There's not one too far from me. And sometimes when I get bored, there's several in Illinois, I think, that are on the market. There's like a website. you can actually go to and check out Frank Lloyd Wright's work. And actually, a friend of my family, when I went to go, that's how I was really into Frank Lloyd Wright. And a friend of my family, I went to go visit him one time, and I was just picking up because his houses have very distinct things in them. Prime example, a lot of right angles, Jack and Jill bathrooms, if you're familiar with that concept. Ceiling to floor windows. There's just a lot of characteristics that are known that he's known for. And if you go into a Frank Lloyd Wright house or a Frank Lloyd Wright inspired house, you can tell if you studied him that it either inspired by Frank Lloyd Wright or inspired by him. I've only been to one Frank Lloyd Wright house, but you can definitely tell. And my dream house would kind of be a Frank Lloyd Wright kind of house because I love the fact of having windows, floor to ceiling windows, or ceiling to floor windows, depends on how you look at it. So there would definitely be some of his characteristics of his type architecture in them. I'm new to your channel, but I think your videos are wonderful. Thank you, David. I appreciate you. I really do. If you have content, I will definitely be checking you out. Here's Pam. Hey, Punchy. Hey, how you doing? Yeah, everybody's here. Thanks so much for coming. I appreciate it, you guys. You all know I really appreciate it. These last few weeks with everything going on, it has been a struggle to go live. But usually once I start going live, I'm okay. But, I've been dealing with a lot of anxiety, just to be transparent. But when I get on here with you guys and start talking and, interacting with everybody, it does help a great deal. So, when I talk about, one of the things I've been talking about lately is self-care. And my self-care is, of course, watching Disney movies and, like I said, watching 1010, which I never was, it was just ironic because I've never been, some people follow certain characters. I've never been a 1010 person. But this one was so well done and it was really good. And the fact that Steven Spielberg, had a part in it, and Columbia, and I want to say there were 3 huge names, all names that I recognized. And I really enjoyed it. It was really good. But back to self-care. So let's talk about some self-care because I'm all about self-care. It's so important right now to pay attention to your spirit. And you guys have heard me talk about this before. There's a video about it. Doing things you love, doing things that make you feel good, eating foods that make you feel good, making sure you're getting enough sleep, turning off the media, turning off the news. I mean, say what you want to say about what's going on. I'm not going to go into, I've decided not to discuss it, but it doesn't mean it's not on my mind. But I have really had to guard my spirit. Hey, Pam, Money, how are you? I'm good, thank you. Thanks for coming. Welcome to the stream. And so I've just really had to guard my spirit. Now, that doesn't mean that I'm totally oblivious to everything. That would not be a true statement. But I think subconsciously I have to be very careful because, number one, I believe in transparency. I do suffer from depression and anxiety. And I have to be very careful not to spiral out of control. So, you know, it's just been the way I handle it. Now, you may handle it differently. Um, and however you do it, it's good. I'm just asking that. Um, Thank you, Pam. Um, I'm just, this is just the way I'm dealing with it. So do something you love, meditate, um, make sure you're eating properly, making sure you're getting enough rest. Um, Look out for negative energies. I am going to do my best to stay away from that. Um, and that's really important too. Um, I hope that when you come to my stream that you feel comfortable here. Um, and I'm just going to leave it there. So, those are the things that I'm doing. And like I said, I do have a video out called Protecting Your Spirit. If you're interested in some of those things where I go into much more detail, I have been the one that people would come and talk to for 48 years. In the last 30 days, I've had to go and talk to someone. Yes, definitely. That's another thing. Just talking to somebody, opening up and talking to someone. That does a world of good. A professional, a good listener. Matter of fact, I was just reading an article about being a good listener, because I really have been trying to be very mindful. You ever had a conversation with somebody and you could tell they're not really paying attention to you, or they're so busy, like every time you say something, they come back with, oh, and let me tell you about this. Da, 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 da. Well, that's really not the sign of a good listener. Being a good listener is really important when you're having a conversation with somebody, learning to really take it in, to nod and acknowledge them. That's something I've been working on, only because I kind of picked up on it that with me that, and I've been working on this for a while, but sometimes when people be talking to me, I just can't wait to get in my part. Find yourself a good listener, somebody who really cares, somebody you think is wise. Hey, Funky Funk, what's up? Somebody, that, that, let me tell you like this. I've talked about this. You all have heard me talk about this 1,000 times probably. I think Mark Zuckerberg screwed up the word friend, because my idea of a friend is not 5,000 people. That's not my idea of a friend. I have a very close knit group of people that I call friends. Now, unfortunately, that's also how I classify people on Facebook, because Mark Zuckerberg decided it. And I have two Facebooks. I have a Facebook for people who go, oh, are you on Facebook? My students, coworkers, people I don't really know that well. And they're on one Facebook account. And then I have people that I know, like people I've actually seen in person multiple times, care about them, care about what's going on with their family. My family's on that one. But just to use the word friend, everybody is not your friend. And so, and you've got friends and you have associates. But Mark Zuckerberg says everybody's your friend. No, they're not. No, they're not. So that's the way I look at it. I'm just like totally, yeah, clutch the pearls, totally pissed that he used friend as something that you know associates. So anybody had MySpace? What did you call people on MySpace? I never had a MySpace. I was like, when that was out. So what did you call people that you connected with on MySpace? Y'all help me. Because I didn't have a MySpace. Did anybody here have a MySpace? Because that was pre-Facebook. Me either. I never had MySpace. I thought that was for younger people. I was young. I mean, what does young mean? When it was out, I just never, I remember people talking about it, but I never had a MySpace. I just, I don't know. I don't know, so I'll have to look that up because I'd like to know. I had a college club account. I just like to know, like, when you connected with somebody on MySpace, Diva, I agree. That's important to stay away from the negative and invest in the positive. Leave people alone that pull you down. Yeah, so I never knew what. Please stop calling me. What? They're just chopping at the bit. They can't handle the fact that I'm in here. What?
I need my charger.
Your charger's not in here. Okay, I know. I was trying to avoid this, but I've got them locked out of the other room. So I've got a door here and a door here. They're on the other side of that door. This side over here is my bedroom and I'm in the office, has a bedroom and their chargers, and I had them locked out because I figured they'd be coming that way. Stand by. Seriously? Where are you? Steven?
I'm coming.
Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that. Okay, I unlocked the door. Go. Go to the other door.
I just want something to play with.
Go to the other door.
My tablet is dead.
Go to the other door. Don't you love it? But that's my life as a cover girl. Consider it for business, but no MySpace. Look at Diva rocking the moo. Shut up, Funk. Somebody said that to me one time, and I was so offended. Oh, Lord Jesus. She said it as an insult. I know you don't mean an insult. So.
I need my charger.
Go that way. I unlocked the door. Close that door. Kids. Hey, Robbie Rob. How you doing? So anyway, what was I saying? They got me all messed up. That's live. Like people say that's live TV. That's live YouTube. You never know what's going to happen. Anyway, so the whole MySpace and the Facebook thing and whatever. So, but I decided I wanted to be on Facebook because I found out, and you know what? I'm so glad because I've just been back on maybe a couple of years. I connected with a lot of my cousins that are down south that I don't get to see as much, and I just actually lost one of them that I just connected with in the last year. And so, Facebook, I talk about Mark Zuckerberg, but I thank God for that because she and I were able to communicate and share stuff. and we hadn't seen each other in years. And so she just recently passed away, and I just thank God for that, because if it wasn't for Facebook, I wouldn't have been able to share her life with her. What? Get the phone.
They
Bye.
have it though.
He's supposed to be getting the charger. So, I'm thankful for that. And then, of course, her family must have had access to her Facebook page. And so they posted that she had passed away. And so I'm glad. Thank you. Thank you. But I'm glad. So my neighbors from when I was a teenager, we've connected on Facebook. A lot of people. So it has its benefits. Like most things, it has its benefits and it has it's good and bad. So I'm glad I have Facebook for that reason. And like I said, I love seeing people's baby pictures. I love seeing people. I belong to a bunch of fish groups and plant groups, excuse me, and all sorts of interest groups on Facebook. So that is actually, yes. Actually, I am going to be working with the local boutique who wants to start a YouTube channel. So, and I follow them on Facebook, and the way we started communicating, close the door, please.
Okay.
The way we started communicating was on Facebook, because it's a local boutique that I've been going to for probably 30 years. And so I just messaged her the other day because she was doing Facebook Lives, and she was like, this isn't exactly how I want to do this, but I'm going to do it because I think this is going to work for me now. So I actually reached out to her and was like, you could start a YouTube channel. And she was like, wow. I said, yeah, and you get enough people and get monetized, and that can help you generate some revenue for your shop. And she's like, oh, that's a great idea. So she messaged me today and said, hey, I started my YouTube channel and I'm not that familiar with it. And I was like, well, I am a YouTuber and I would love to help you. So, I like helping people, but, it was just nice to be able to, do something for a place. And these people have been in our community and do a lot of community work. They've been in our community at least, let me see, I'm going to say 40 years or longer. They're a specialty boutique. I always go there and get things for special occasions, cruise wear.
You're supposed to get charged and I'm supposed to get the phone, right?
Okay, later.
Like I have a phone?
Go get it. Go tell Papa. Close my door. And so, they have specialty wear, all kind of really cool stuff. And so knowing that I can give back and help them out, and help them sustain their small business. I believe in shopping local as much as possible. So I really appreciate them. And so, that's really cool. Close the door, please. Close the door, please. Close the door. Just a moment. I am wrong. Don't interrupt me anymore. You said you were getting your charger. Sorry, guys. It's all part of being a grandparent. Anywho, so let's see here. I got like 12 minutes. So anyway, I'm going to be helping this boutique. I'm really excited about it, giving her some tips. She's like, oh my God, what equipment can I get? So I sent her some links. And, so I'll probably be sharing it. Those of you who are my friends on Facebook, you'll be able to see her because I'll be posting her links on Facebook so you can go and check out her boutique. And so I'm really excited to be able to do that. It's good to really give back and be able to help people out. Like I said, I've been shopping there for, I want to say, maybe 30 years, maybe not 40, but definitely 30 years. I always go there to get, special occasion dress. So they specialize in like cruise wear. They are boutique. And then like after five stuff, whenever I have a special occasion, I go there and shop. They even do formal wear. I mean, it's just a great, great store. Very nice family. So the couple that owned it, their granddaughter is now running it, and she's the one I've been communicating with. Like I said, they're very community oriented. So I am a member of the National Council of Negro Women, and they've done fashion shows at our events before. Um, and they're always there, always do donations. I mean, they're really big supporters of the community. So I'm really happy to be able to do that. A lot of times we can be one and the same. Diva said, don't make me get up. They are, you know what? They have not bothered me almost the whole day, except to get popsicles or whatever. As soon as I go live, all of a sudden they want to, you know. Anyway, she wasn't here for the antics. What antics? Working with kids and animals. Oh my God. Diva said, don't make me get up. A lot of times it can be one saying, sorry for your loss. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So I got like 10 minutes to go. Any questions or things you want to ask me about, like my panda gar, which I'm loving. And they get pretty big. So I noticed since I've been buying fish online that oftentimes fish are, I guess because they ship really easily when they're young, that oftentimes when you buy fish online, they're really super young. And so that's really cool. So those Pandagar will get up to like 2+ inches. And right now they're really super small. So that's exciting. The only thing that I'm a little concerned about is I saw one of the guys in our Loach group say that they may predate on my Hillstream eggs. So, but I've got a ton of Hillstream. So, and I'm getting ready to build that tank up. It's going to have lots of rocks, lots of crevices. One thing about the Pandagara, they got a high profile, whereas the Hillstreams are flatter. And maybe I can set it up. I even thought about doing like pleco caves under the rocks because Rachel was saying that her Hillstreams are breeding in some type of caves, and I need to go back and watch that video again. I think I was a little distracted, but she says they're breeding like crazy. Now, I have 28 plus Hillstreams in that tank. That's a lot. But I just love to see them breed. But I was talking about Jesse has the rice fish. And Pam has the daisy rice fish. I am really fascinated with them carrying those eggs on their fins. That is so cool. That was just really, really cool. I mean, that is just so awesome. Now, I will say, for those of you who don't follow Aquatic Arts, because I get fish from them, they have some rice fish that are like $20. They're like koi rice fish or red dots, some fancy whatever. They are pretty cool. Jesse got some good photos last week. Yeah, I saw them. Hey, Liberty Bell. So yeah, I just really thought, do I want to make that investment? But because they're rare, I kind of want to get them and breed them. But if you go over to Aquatic Arts, they're pretty expensive. They may be $20 or I can't remember. It was like a set of 3, might have been 79. So they might be like little under $20 each. But I thought, oh God, if I could breed those, that'd be a nice little source of income, a revenue. So definitely, yeah, check them out. But they're red. They're, why do I want to say haku? That don't sound right. But they're some type of, they're white. They're beautiful. They're absolutely stunning. And I don't know. I might make the investment and get some. But you know, am I going to have the opportunity to have like a pair? So I'd have to buy like at least 6, because that seems to be the magic number to make sure you have a good mix of male and females, or get a male or get a female or whatever. But I noticed that oftentimes when I get fish shipped, they're pretty young, because I think they ship better when they're young. Yes, yeah. So, but anyway, thanks guys. I'm going to wrap this up. First, I want to tell you, stay safe, stay healthy. Don't let everything get you down. Just, try to, do your best to take care of yourself, and keep us all in prayer. And I'm going to shut it down because I can hear things heating up. I hope you can hear all that. And I apologize for the interruptions. I love you guys. Thank you so much for coming. Have a good night, and I'll see you next time. In the meantime, keep it splashy, not trashy. Diva out.